So it's a great joy to be here with Catherine Wilcox, of course, very famous author and a wonderful member of our congregation and dear friend. And Cathy, I just wondered if you could tell us something about your new book, which is out soon.
Yes, it's deep undercover with my pen name, so nobody can make any connection between Catherine Wilcox and Catherine Fox. That cover was blown years ago. So it's a book about the Church of England, really, in all its mess and all its glory. And it's the fifth in the Lindchester Chronicles series. And I blogged it in monthly instalments last year. And it's basically part two of the pandemic. So that's a cheery thought, isn't it?
Indeed, yeah. I did read it live as you were sort of blogging it, and it was a great joy to read. And I did notice a few sort of interesting details in there, which we won't have any spoilers now. But Cathy, you have been a great supporter and patron of our Regenerate campaign, which seeks to renew the sanctuary of St Matthew's here in the centre of the city. I just wonder if you'd share something of why you've become a supporter of that campaign.
Um, Funnily enough, we were just having a conversation with someone who's new to church and simply walked past St Matthew's, saw the doors were open, and he was feeling quite anxious and depressed and low, and he thought, I'll just go in and see what's what. And he's been to everything ever since and has joined an Alpha course. And I think it's that sense of the doors wide open onto the high street and that kind of interface between the holy space and the world of people with anxieties and challenges, and the way people can just step inside, and it's a welcoming space. But you'd have to say there are aspects of it that have kind of seen better days. If we raise our eyes up and look at the ceiling, we see kind of peeling paint, stuff like that. And I would have to say, decades of experience of sitting in pews, I can confidently uh, guarantee that the pews at St Matthew's are the most uncomfortable in Christendom. So they will be moved, won't they, and replaced
Yes.
with, I don't know, luxury chaise longue, velvet covered, that sort of thing.
Not quite, but probably a little closer to that than what we've
Yeah,
presently got.
and just making it into a more flexible space so that we can continue having things like our beer festivals. And I just love the fact that these community activities take place unashamedly with within the, not quite in the sanctuary, but the sense of the holy and the secular just not kind of divided off. And I think that's a really important metaphor for me about our faith,
Mm,
that we don't have the holy bit that we do on a Sunday
mm,
and then real life.
mm.
Real life is shot through with glory all the time, and that's what the kind of the extra decorations and making the floor look beautiful just speaks of that glory within our lives, I think. So that's really why I'm so pleased to be part of this campaign.
That's great to hear, and thank you so much for your support. And there's a very particular way in which you are going to help us raise some money, which I'm very excited about. I think
Yes.
it's a
Yeah.
unique opportunity. Would you like to share something about that?
Yes. So each time I finished a novel, I think, now who would I like to dedicate this to? And in the past, it's been family members, it's been my husband, it's been the last one was a colleague. James was just a rock in helping me keep the show on the road. So I dedicated the book to him. And this time I thought, who shall I dedicate this one to? And I thought, well, do you know what? I could auction it off. So anyone who's loved the Lindchester books and would kind of feel a little buzz to have their name on the dedication page, now's your chance. Just fill in the online form and try and beat everybody else who also wants to have that little buzz of having their name on the dedication page. You could, of course, dedicate it in memory of a loved one or for a loved one. Yeah, so I'm just hoping that people will see this as a fun opportunity to give a little bit of money to our campaign.
Absolutely. So if you want to see one of your loved ones or even your own name or whatever you want this book dedicated to in print, then this is your opportunity. And so we invite you, if you feel able, to join the auction and bid. And we're looking forward to, over the next week, raising some money towards our campaign, but also giving somebody this very unique and special opportunity, for which we very much thank Kathy for.
You're welcome.